Okay, can we talk about Lawrence Taylor? And this is why. This dude is a sex offender, and, like, but he's not just a Hall of Famer, he is a literal sex offender, and now he's relevant in the news with this administration. What do you guys think about him?
Well, first of all, I had to Google him because I hadn't heard of him.
Because he's old.
Yeah, he's old. But I will say every guy that I've asked, including my husband, like right away knew who he was. He used to play for the New York Giants. He was in my favorite movie.
What's your favorite movie?
Waterboy.
He was in that movie?
as
That's so
himself.
I love that movie too, but I don't
he made a
remember
cameo
him.
Okay,
as
I've never
himself.
seen it.
I love all the football movies, you know why, but
Yeah, like as a former pro athlete, what do you feel about him?
I actually didn't know who he was either, surprisingly, but I looked him up, and he's obviously a really accomplished athlete. It's just he seems to have had a troubled life. He had like this whole rap sheet of like DUIs in the 80s, and then the sex offense in the early 2000s, right?
Yeah, misdemeanor.
Like when he
Right.
was
So
50.
look, I think for people who haven't committed crimes or had a past like that, it's hard for us to digest, and nobody likes it. It's hard
No.
to forgive. You know what I mean?
I don't think anyone forgets it.
But with that said, like personally, I feel like maybe as a lawyer, I feel like once you do your sentence for your alleged crime, that you should, as a human being, be given a chance to rehabilitate and have a new life and be embraced
That's
to some
wonderful.
degree. But I understand both sides of it, that certain people are not cool with that.
I know.
With that said, like, I think he should be given another chance in life, but I'm just not sure if a presidential administration with youth athletes is like the right place for him to
And
be doing
he
that.
felt the same way.
Yeah.
Like when he saw his acceptance speech or whatever, he was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. He literally said that. He's like, I literally don't know what I'm
He
doing
knows
here.
he's not qualified. So
Yeah.
why do you think the current president thought he was qualified?
It's not that he's not qualified. Like,
Yeah.
he's a decorated athlete, right?
Yeah.
But given his past with his criminal history, it's kind of cringe to have someone like that leading the youth sports division. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Like
That's
he's
I
going to
think
have sex with
I
It's
think
not
you-
the only option. Like, of
Exactly.
everyone you can pick, why him?
I can tell you. I can literally tell
Tell
you.
me why.
He's a New York Giant,
Yeah.
and I'm speculating here, but I know I'm right with my speculation. You can just circumstantial evidence here, right?
Yeah.
Donald Trump, 80s, he's out partying. It's New York, Manhattan. They're all at the same parties. He's a star athlete. He's in Manhattan. You know, like they obviously partied together.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
friends.
They're
For
obviously
sure.
friends, and that's literally all it is.
He's doing his friend a favor.
Literally
Yeah.
all it is, and I can
And he's
speculate
also an
on
actor,
that,
and like
you know?
Trump has an entertainment
Yeah,
background.
they're
so
friends.
Like,
They're
they're
party friends from Manhattan. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? They
for
used to go to
sure.
the same parties.
Yeah. So do you think that, like, the White House briefed Trump on, like, maybe this is not a good idea?
No, I think for me, what I see is that Donald Trump is just surrounded by a bunch of yes men, and he's in an echo chamber of ideas.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the second anybody goes against him, I mean, I kind of feel like he has probably a personality disorder. People like that, if you go against the grain with them, they
They
dispose of
threaten
you.
you.
They
Yeah.
dispose of you.
You're
They
done.
don't keep you around, you know? So people like that like echo chambers, and unfortunately, their behaviors go unchecked.
And
because of
maybe
that.
that's something he also felt about Lawrence Taylor, is that he could be that type of echo chamber like you're talking about. Like maybe he's going to be a yes man, because in his acceptance speech, he said, like, I'm here to serve you, you know, to
Yeah.
president.
Yeah, well, he fires anyone who
And-
says no.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Like,
But-
he looks for people who he's like, I could care less about your moral character,
Right.
Yeah.
but will you obey me?
Yeah.
Literally, will you
also-
do what I say?
I almost actually feels like he gets off on putting people
Yes.
that have a poor moral compass in his vicinity, because it like almost normalizes him, because he has a poor moral compass. There was a quote of
He
him.
can relate.
No, but there was a quote of him talking about like the Miss America pageants that he was a part of. He's like, yeah, it's great. You know, they let you back there and you can see all the girls changing. They're underage
Yeah.
teenage women that you are talking about watching change.
Yeah.
That is not cool. That is
Yeah.
not normal. So for him, if he's surrounding himself with people with poor morals, they just normalize him.
Yeah,
They
but to
make him
his
look good.
credit,
Right.
I will say, like, I did some looking into it, and when Lawrence Taylor hired the escort, he was 50, and she testified that she did hold herself out to be 19, and so did her pimp, and yes, that's weird, whatever, but he did not know she was 16.
But how do we know
We don't know that.
But she
We don't know
she
that.
testified that, like the prostitute
well,
did.
yeah, so she admits it, but she's also terrified of this
Yeah,
super
and you also-
rich, powerful guy.
People get paid off behind the scenes.
Yeah.
All that. That's why someone like Diddy went unchecked for so long. They
Right.
intimidate.
For so
we know as
long.
lawyers that they intimidate witnesses.
Hello, Me
They
Too
pay
moment,
them off.
Yeah.
So no,
But,
I don't.
like-
It's like when people are like, "Why didn't you come out sooner?"
Yeah.
Against this like super rich dude that's like friends with Donald Trump.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to come out and like go against him either.
No.
Like